Otherwise, you can also watch this as a POV from JN_warrior. If you are interested, he should be streaming there as well, as far as I'm aware. No, and the second game is gonna be coming up. Seems like the other match between Mr. Boit and King Dragon has also finished. That was streamed by Mr. Poundtown. Not sure if he's gonna be doing some more recorded games in there or if he's having some further plans. As I mentioned, there should be like another match still going on between Joey Bats and Miracle Man. Seems like that Miracle Man is so far unaccounted for. Not entirely certain what's the time, and I think it should have been like 50 minutes ago, but no idea. Really about the details. It was even posted as 17 GMT on the Discord, so I don't know what's going on with that. Or 18 rather GMT. But nonetheless, the next game, therefore, is gonna be on Frozen Vase, and last and potentially the decider would be on Blue Lagoon. By the way, need to be right now put in the score for the Mr. Mono. Keep forgetting today. And we are going to be therefore, at this point, having a look into the further match. You can see right now it's gonna be Themista. Again, the Odin apparently. It's gonna be another good map for that. And Antos, yeah, I kind of saw that forest fire, but didn't entirely register in my mind that he lost that many villages in there. There was such a problem with it. But nonetheless, he was more kind of like distraught about the early situation in there. And his advance, you can see Harter's Folly. Depends. If you're gonna be going for Ulfsax, it might be somewhat of an interesting help. Extra point of view and line of sight. As you can see, you're gonna be there for having the gold mine for Themista somewhat okay-ish, maybe. It's not too terrible. The berries are gonna be probably a bit more exposed, of course, for some raiding, but it's gonna be somewhat similar to Warrior, who does have a tower next to it. And his gold mine seems to be probably a bit nicer. There's gonna be an ice not too far away here, it seems like, but the forest is going all the way here. So there are gonna be still some trees supporting the Warriors' actually situation. And we are going to be there for at this point, having a look into, oh well, kind of like nowhere, kind of. As you can see right now to the right flank, gonna be quite a nice hunt available for Themista not too far away. Great hunt here, right, of course. And the other one has been cast now, practically the same. Okay, so they haven't entirely split into anything too much in their minds. Would be interested maybe to be having a few more goats, but you already do have a decent amount. Did you get some extra for Themista from Great Hunter? No, we didn't. They are all at the same food, so we didn't. So you just like discovered plenty of them already. And it's gonna be pretty much the same, of course, on the other side. For Red, who is gonna be currently at about 6 seniors. And we do have about 8, 10. Could have been probably better to be casting the Great Hunt on the goats once you get a bit more of them. But like now, because you don't want to be waiting too long, because then you're of course gonna be duplicating the food they have on them already. So you need to be not waiting too long for that. But it will be some turbo save food in case situation was going out of hands somewhere to the top. Wow, Seraph gifted 90 subs to Qual. No, but I mean, like, Qual is a player. Deserves it. Let's see where his stream is gonna be reaching. He's quite a bit of a rising star lately. I mean, like, for a longer time, but seems like he has lately finally kind of realized himself in the one he wants as well. So it's a nice support for him. Just kind of like depends, and surface from where? Just because it kind of depends where you are from. If you're gonna be somewhere from like Turkey or India, then you better not be popping the champagne just yet. But if he's from Europe or America, it's gonna be nice for him. Because of course you do have the regional pricings. Reminds me of that story, probably already told it on stream, from Age of Empires 4. Core, I think he was the streamer, who got about like 100 subs. And he was like completely overjoyed how much money he's gotten and blah blah blah. And then he was surprised when he actually looked into his account that, well, it wasn't that much. And he was even asking Twitch support like, hey, I got 100 subs gifted. How the hell am I getting so low money? No, well, the problem was that the gifter was from Turkey. And Turkish subs are so like $1 or whatever like that. some really incredibly cheap, because of course their currency is completely in the crapper currently. No, and therefore you just get in, of course, the parts from the actual money that the people pay. Too close from my base? Yeah, well, seems that way. It's gonna be again quite a bit scouted, but nonetheless, I'm kind of liking this bit of old schooly play. As I mentioned, this should be, if I understand it right, this should be the player from about 15 years ago. New the Norse war god. That's the clan warrior. It should be him. It's kind of a bit confusing for me, because this kind of also capitalization is something that uses a Russian player from Age of Empires 2, but that's not the same. This one should be a Frenchie, as far as I understand it. Okay, forest fire is now coming up. This time it's hopefully not gonna be as deadly as last time around. As all the way to the bottom, same situation, but you can see it now it's gonna be reacting maybe slightly quicker, but still gonna be having some great wood lines anyway. I'm kinda liking the stop here, because he doesn't want to be delaying himself too much. Just kinda like walking straight to the other side, so it's nice to be making some pit stops to kind of work with your economy slightly better and more like reliably. No, but nonetheless, you're gonna be there for having some upgrades. Apparently not. 15 villageros both. Population limit is gonna be the same as well. And we are gonna be having a longhouse there, second here. Yeah, seems like that warrior really wants to be going for that as quickly as possible with Temista. He's gonna be playing a bit safer, going for the Ulfinos. But the temple seems to be more than that. More than anything else. Can say it now. Also Ulfis, yeah, it's gonna be an Ulf-Sag battle for both of them, which means that actually the Harter's Folly is gonna be somewhat useful for the Odin. Getting extra 2 range for the line of sight, it's not gonna be too bad for them. It's a good help. It's a very good help indeed. Can say it now, Ring of the Nibelung, 18 gold per minute, something small, but well, not like the most important, but also not entirely terrible, of course, in any kind of way. As you can say, now the Poppy is gonna be getting a bit better for Temista, who, though, cannot be right now freeing the soldiers to actually build himself a new house. So, there is a potential risk that maybe Warrior could be getting over him slightly. But apparently not, gonna be taking a bit of a respite here to get himself up there with the army, but a bit of a sacrifice, I think, thinking that Ulfsag, so that they wouldn't be bothering him on the house. No, and he could be right about now using another army again, as in, to build a new house. So he needs to be really careful here, and he should be right now sending in to fight. And the ones that are actually a bit lower health should be the ones building. You know, that's basically kind of like a next level micro you can possibly do in situations like these, but it seems to be fine anyway. And it seems like, unfortunately, that Warriors' forward play is not gonna be entirely paying off, as the Mista played it a bit more tightly. Same villagers, but yeah, the difference in the army by now, 18, what is it, 19 pop limit, that's, if you're gonna be doing it in Ulfsag numbers, that's 9. It's 9 Ulfsags difference, that's way too much. So this is gonna be done. And nope, this is not the Temista, this is Temista, probably quite a bit of a fan, looking also at the god of the Greco, who is, I mean, like, maybe it's him, maybe he's just gonna take a break from his honeymoon. He was having, kind of like the, what was it, how is it called? He was getting married, simply, like, yesterday or the day before, I don't know, this weekend, simply. So, not sure, maybe just gonna taking time off of that. I mean, like, it's important to be playing Age of Mythology. Everything else needs to be stopping at that stage of your life. Nothing getting researched, but you can say it now still. At this point, it's gonna be really hard for Warrior to get out of the position, because it's gonna be getting even more favor. For example, for Temista, he might be getting some more Valkyries, and he's gonna be dropping down the rabbit hole, and that's gonna be becoming quite a Mariana Trench, almost the hole. So, I'm entirely certain what you can do about that. As you can see, even can be sending a few Ulfsags by Temista to go for some small raidings down the side, but we do have some throwing axemen, fortunately not entirely enough, and that's gonna be resulting into quite a more easier fight still with the horses against the throwing axemen, but much more problematically, the Valkyrie is the biggest pain in the arse here for him, as just can't get rid of her. Getting her is taking a long time, so it's not entirely something that he can handle too well. Okay, so that's gonna be there for the second game done as well, as Temista is gonna be there for winning in quite close succession, but it's because Warrior wasn't really afraid of it. He just kind of like jumped into the water straight and head first, so no problem whatsoever with that, and that's gonna be there for the victory, achieved pretty damn quickly, as we're gonna be there for having a look. Yeah, didn't block the hunt, and that was it. We have Temista here in the news. No, and that's gonna be resulting into, of course, no upgrades anywhere. We don't have to be looking at that at 8 minutes of the game. Yeah, he kinda needed to stop the food, of course. That's the important one with the Odin, which is also why I would be, and kinda like always prefer, if people rather actually have a bit more goats and use Great Hunt on that, because that's gonna be giving you more food, because they of course fatten up, and it's turbo safe, right next to your base, and if you lose the position in front, it basically gives you somewhat of a second life. You can still then utilize yourself. You can say it now, also gone, no further upgrades on the economy here. And let's look there for into the post-Kame. So that's gonna be resulting into no, not too much info, I guess. Economy is gonna be somewhat similar. 300, 200, about like 300 resources more for Warrior. You can see kinda nice. Managed to get more economy, but unfortunately, same civilians. On the military, it wasn't as evident, and Temista was having a better combo from the start. He was having a bit more harassers there, it looked to me, at the very beginning. And simply, also, was having faster throwing axemen, if I'm not mistaken. That's also one of the important parts. So well done and well played in there. No, so considering Temista said he doesn't have entirely that much time, I guess he's gonna be happy with the progress of the games and of the match, and therefore we can congratulate him. Pandora Box Temista on advancing into the second round of the Voobly Champions League 3, hosted by Boit and the community, especially the other guys. As far as I'm aware, the admins will be like ChronoJJ, I think also Grass and Groom, and probably some others, but I'm not entirely aware who they are. Hopefully gonna be learning about that, and will be there for when I get some kind of more info, thanking them possibly as well. And good luck in the further games, same as good luck to the Norse war god Warrior in his kind of comeback path, because he's been playing for like a month, or not a month, few months simply on his comeback. So looking forward to we can be coming back. We can find some of his recorded games on RTS Sanctuary, as I mentioned, from like 15 years ago. So looking forward to him maybe getting better and better with time as well, getting back into shape. GG. Really liking though the approach here that he has shown today. Not afraid of it and going for the potential kill. Okay then, so that's gonna be there for the Match done. There's a bit of a quickie here. Let's gonna show the game room again so that we have it recorded. All of that, so thank you guys. Again, Warrior JN _ Warrior. Thinking he's still gonna be streaming his POV. And he's streaming fairly regularly lately. No, and currently, that's gonna be just that one match that is supposed to be still played between Joey Bats and Miracle Man. And you can say now Miracle Man is still unaccounted for. Looks like that Mr. Poundtown is waiting for that match. So I guess you'll be there for hosting him. Yeah, he was having plenty games today, so when he was kind of looking for the games before this match, it was Mr. Boat versus what was the King Dragon. Yeah, well, they were asking me if can stream. Of course I could, but nonetheless I knew that Mr. Poundtown was looking for some games, not only today, so hopefully he was having and is having some fun stream today. He was doing also plenty recorded games. So if you want to look, at this point I don't think he's having the video available yet from today, but he should be publishing the past broadcast soon. Not sure if he's having something on YouTube as well. But he has done plenty of recorded games. Even from earlier today, there was a match between Viz and No Atlantis. He was doing recorded games about like an hour ago. Then there was also another match that was streamed by Ghost Rider. I need to find right now though the stream for him. Ghost Rider, who was doing Symptom versus Duck Nugget. He should be having some past broadcast there from today, if I understand it right. Okay, so let's close this game room. And it looks like therefore, unfortunately, that other match is therefore not happening. No, I don't see Miracle Man anywhere, because there should be still some games around that haven't been finished. This one, Miracle Man versus Joey Bats, that's what I was saying. Joey Bats was also doing his POV. So you can probably also find them here and there. If he's gonna be playing, I guess. Now, hey, Stephen. No, so you can see this is the match that is still to be played. Then also to be played is Goatline versus Huisao. Imagine it's gonna be somewhere late GMTs. They're both Brazilians. This was played today, streamed by Mr. Poundtown, Lordy versus Bystander, Visit Atlantis I mentioned, that was done recorded games by Poundtown, Temista Warrior we did now, Sensui versus VNC, that's also two Brazilians, so probably somewhere later, also not scheduled yet. Mr. Boat versus King Dragon, that was done just a moment ago, finishing, done by Mr. Poundtown. Revan Starko is supposed to be played as well, and also Sirtok with Poseidon Spam. But these are also two Latinos, I'm thinking. Oh, Poseidon is American. Sirtok is Latino, I'm thinking. So probably those two maybe could be meeting somewhere later today, who knows. Marcos Massivi did on the stream in the first session today. Symptom Duck Nugget, we mentioned that was Ghost Rider. And ChronoJJ versus Alucard is gonna be very late on, or very early on Wednesday, so very late on Tuesday. And also Odin King Julius, not played. And Spam versus Mahri is gonna be tomorrow at 19 GMT. I would be around, would be kinda nice Monday session if I could, with some recorded games added to it probably. But we'll see if somebody else is gonna be wanting to stream and have some games as well. No, so seems like that really the other match is therefore not going on. So I guess Mr. Poundtown, I'm not sure if he's gonna be doing some other games. Is he still on? Yeah, he's doing some probably 1v1s. Maybe he's rather doing some recorded games, not sure. But nonetheless, not gonna be there for blocking that, I guess. So that's gonna be two shorter sessions today. Next rounds are gonna be best of fives. There was already Domantas versus Punkstar yesterday, streamed by Nulus. Kovoth versus Julian Papa, Rappel versus Garma Judah. Yeah, well, plenty games to be coming up. And probably expecting streamers suddenly wanting to do plenty of games as opposed to how it was in the first round, because interesting names and yeah, well, thinking it's gonna be helping their streams wrench some money from you. But unless you're gonna be most definitely having some further channels than just like here, Poundtown or the others, Nulus and whatnot. Plenty of people probably should be streaming some games here and there. Hopefully ChronoJJ is also gonna be getting some games, like for example some later ones, to be fun for him to get. But yeah, that's gonna be there for it for this. And yeah, I'm kinda guessing, since I'm not aware of any kind of other match going on, if there would be something else coming up, I'm gonna be around. So if there is some kind of late match, then you can just gonna let me know if they need a streamer, or I'm gonna be kind of like periodically checking if somebody needs some kind of assistance with that, if they want some help with the casting. But it's gonna be there for it for now. We are gonna be, as I mentioned, looking forward to maybe cast some further games if it's gonna be possible. We always stream on Wednesday if you are interested. So community games, and then we stream Monday and Thursday regularly. Kind of like more free roll. Monday more towards old school strategies. For Thursday a bit more free roll. We are doing Diablo lately. Not sure what we're gonna be doing tomorrow, but maybe that Age of Mythology match that is up. And we also do some Age of Empires 2 here, and you can find below the stream what we possibly stream here, or just gonna look into past broadcasts or highlights, or check my YouTube if you wish. I'm hoping to be putting some first match today from our streams, because we already streamed the previous rounds, or previous matches rather. Superafim versus Antiraider we did. Also today Mr. Poundtown did recorded games of that. We also streamed Punkstar versus Slipknot and Garmajuda versus Spellsoso. Garmajuda was also done by Mr. Poundtown today, as far as I'm aware. So you can kind of choose who you want to watch. So yeah, that's gonna be there for it. Also, of course, as always, visit RTS Sanctuary as the home of the Age of Mythology community, where you can be getting plenty of discussions, recorded games, as I mentioned, for example, of Warrior, his older ones, and all kinds of others. Discussions, guides to improve your gameplay, just to ask about if you are wanting to have something improved on your style. And you can get there, I don't know, some history of the game, discussions, of course, learning of tournaments, mods, and also Age of Mythology Heaven is another great web for any kind of modding, with tons of custom scenarios, campaigns, game crossovers with different themes like, I don't know, Final Fantasy, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings. You can play all of that in AOM over the 20 years. Plenty activity has been included and done and put in by the players. And also lately there has been a lot more new custom scenarios coming up. For example, on the original game by VP and Straxis. So there are tons of things like that. They are still going on. Or if you want to be becoming a modder yourself, then just Age of Mythology Heaven is a great place to visit for some good tools and guides and active modders. And you might become the next Rebels Rising, the god of the map scripting and other things. So yeah, you never know. You can also get plenty of Iperts mods like the UIs, the tooltips, AOT Encyclopedia, with all the information about Age of Mythology. You can find it on RTS Sanctuary. Or just let me know and I can target you to all of these cool tools that we have here, or exclamation mark mods, and you're gonna be getting the links to what I'm using here. So thank you imenanigi, Stephen9977, Gabo, Antos, Julian Srami, 99, Mahde, Offspringer Jau or Yao, Uros 128, Sarasen, Icaro, Wesley Giuseppe, Koicha, Sun Tsuduei. It would be kind of cool to see him play again, or you play again. Thank you for visiting, and anybody else who's potentially lurking around. Warrior, thank you for your follow, and James as well, earlier in the first session today. And of course, if you are also on Extended Edition, you want to be playing with us on Voobly, there's a compatibility patch, and you can therefore then play on both, as it helps you with that. You don't need to be looking for the game download anywhere then. Just gonna download, install, and you can play both Steam and Voobly. It's not, if you have the original game already, this is not for you. It's not allowing to play Extended Edition on Voobly, but with Extended Edition of Voobly, because it kind of like changes the game so that the original can work with it. If you have some issues, feel free to message me or other Voobly mods, or visit the support forum. Yes, Voobly is the only place where there is an actual support, and also taking care of possible cheaters. Unfortunately, people like that as well, but if you report them and if we have a clear case, well, that's a clear situation for us as well. And it can also help you out with technical issues and whatever kind of other things. Plenty things to do. No camps, so that's gonna be there for it. I hope you enjoyed. As I mentioned, those streams is there currently. Something specific. Well, as I mentioned, there's Poundtown. He's therefore doing still some recorded games. I'll be probably raiding him therefore again, if so. Massi and Marcos. Yeah, okay, so that's the games that I was streaming live earlier. So he's still doing that, so we're gonna be hosting him again. Or maybe we can just kind of host... We already raided him. Okay, so... Because there's also Warrior, and I like to be... kind of like... continuing with what we were doing. So I'm gonna raid Warrior. We have already raided Poundtown before. Not with as many viewers, but nonetheless. So Mr. Poundtown is still right now streaming some games, so visit him, as of course Schemo, but you know, everybody watching him already. Punkstar is streaming the whole day. He might be doing some casting as well here and there of some games. No, and then there's plenty of other things going on. Illuminati doing currently chess, waiting for games, I guess. So these are gonna be the legit ones, and then we do have plenty of custom, how is it called? Extended edition. So that's gonna be probably maybe some campaigns or against AI, not sure. Yeah, definitely this smells like campaigns. Simonkel, Leandro. Rešpejtovovo, seems like. Yeah, some kind of old schooler, but cool to be seeing that. The interest in the game. Then Parade and X is gonna be whom? Okay, seems to be doing against AI. Probably with a friend. They seem to be playing maybe like against each other and with some AI on top of it. This is as far as I can understand. Luber, who is that as a streamer? That's seeming like a classic team game on Extended Edition. No problem, got me. Thank you for stopping by. Again, we are on 2 minute delay when we are doing these competitive games, so sorry for not like responding in time or whatnot, but it is what it is. And yeah, another campaign here, so. Some more. No, and let's therefore end it for now. And if there's gonna be again some further match later tonight, and as a need for stream, I'm gonna be around to help out, possibly. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Blackadder at Blackadder's Place. Hope you enjoyed. And see you later. Let's right now rate Warrior that we have just seen play. He's streaming fairly commonly, so should be having some cool, maybe old school experience with him.